it's over for you, brother. It's over for you. Pack it in, right? Pack it in, end it.
If a guy, particularly a normie, is not getting a wife or consistent intimacy, what's the point? If women are solely attracted to chads, then what is the point of pursuing anything else? This is why many men are checking out of society. Recently, a lot of guys have tried to adopt an alpha mindset, believing that confidence alone would suffice. However, they have realized that simply pretending to be an alpha does not work. Without looks, wealth, or the physical attributes that women desire, nothing will succeed. The 5'6" guy with an unattractive face and body will find that being alpha won't help him. There have been instances of threesomes with chads. Women will do anything that a chad wants them to do. If a chad wants them at his house at 8 p.m. on Saturday, that is where they will be. If he desires a threesome, they will oblige. If he wants to end their involvement, that is what will happen, and they are okay with it. They're okay with that in a lot of cases too. Chad has so many women, and all that power goes to his head. Naturally, he's going to have more darker traits, and he's going to be more egotistical because he's getting so many women throwing themselves at him. A lot of these women end up messed up in the head because they become Chad widows. Chad leaves his imprint on them, so by the time the woman gets back to being with her normie, she's destroyed mentally. The normie has to deal with this psychological baggage. We can see that every time on YouTube. There are ads for BetterHelp and therapy everywhere, and it's always women in those ads because women need therapy. They spend their early 20s, when they're 18, 19, and in their early 20s, getting pumped and dumped by Chad, getting their backs blown out by Chad, who won't commit to them. Then, before they know it, they're 29 or 30 years old, not married, and have nothing to show for it. They may have no kids. Or if they do, they're single moms. Who is supposed to take care of that? It's better not to be the normie. More and more normies are checking out and putting up with that. Chad isn't going to take care of it. Chad just provides the genetics. But women don't care. That's the lifestyle they want to live. We live in a pretty nihilistic culture right now where there is very little hope and optimism. It's just a world of the haves and the have-nots. The guys born with looks and the guys who weren't. The guys who have the genetics, so they don't have to put in any effort to get laid or get girlfriends, versus the guys who have to put in so much effort just to get a woman to give them a hug or even pay them any attention. Normies and sub-5s often feel they must become millionaires or borderline celebrities just to get a choosing signal or an indicator of interest. This is why the dating market is so vast right now. There is so much dating content created because guys are looking for answers. Incels looking for answers. Normies looking for answers. How do guys reproduce? How do guys get a girlfriend? How do guys become able to start a family? There are guys who are 25 years old and have never had a girlfriend before. A century ago, by the time a man was 25, he would have already had 2 kids and been married. If he was a normie, he was already working full-time, taking care of a family and raising kids. This world is not the same anymore. Women have always been attracted to chads, but due to the laws, traditionalism, and the societal constructs breaking down, women can now hyper-focus on chads. They can live their lives to the fullest, quote-unquote. But ultimately, not all freedom is good. It's a hedonistic culture, and too much freedom is not beneficial. Most guys are just in a place of limbo. They're either on dating apps, or they're going out in the real world, coping, trying to pick up women, trying to figure out how to get a girlfriend, trying to figure out how to get laid, and trying to figure out what to do in this world because there's no hope. The middle-class man is often overlooked. Women don't want middle-class men anymore. Having a normal 9-to-5 job is now considered a turn-off. If a guy is dating and a woman asks what he does for a living, and he says he has a 9-to-5, she might get turned off by that. That's just bizarre nowadays. A guy being a working-class, productive citizen is a turn-off to many women. They want the thug. They want the chad. They want the broke guy living in his basement. They want the Jeremy Meeks type of guy, the criminal, the guy who's in jail. That's who they want. It is becoming more and more clear that that's what they desire. The only guys who even have a shot and opportunity as a normie to get a decently attractive woman are millionaires or celebrities. You've got to be Danny DeVito or Kevin Hart. If you're a sub-5, you've got to be a millionaire to have any shot. Otherwise, you're just going to be single. You're not going to breathe. You're not going to have a family or that kind of relationship. The reality is harsh. And that's just the way things are going. That's just how things are going to go. It's probably only going to get worse, too, because there aren't many solutions. The only solution is to bring in feminism. You know, stop the spread of feminism. But it's too late. The cat's out of the bag. Women are part of society. Women have the power, and women control everything. What women want is the Chad, the woman, or Chad sexuals. Women are opening their legs, spreading their legs for Chad. Women are doing backflips, doing anything that Chad wants. That's the guy they want. If you want that life, then Hobby Max. Focus on your hobbies and the things that you enjoy doing, because that will be more satisfying. It will bring you more peace than banging your head against the wall trying to deal with women, because women can be a headache. Women are emotional. Women are mentally unstable. All we know about them is that they don't make rational choices, and they want Chad. It's not something that guys are putting up with anymore. But the hyper-Chad sexuals just go for the guys who have the looks. That's just it. It is as shallow as it seems. This is bleak, and as dim as it is, that's just how women are and how they operate. That's the code. It's their internal code. Maybe it is beneficial. Maybe that's the best way for humanity to evolve, where the guys with good genetics are able to reproduce. The guys with good genetics get laid the most. That's how the game works. That's how life works. It's how it's always worked, and that's how it's going to continue to work. Some guys just got the shorter end of the stick. Some guys got the short straw, and there's nothing they did to deserve that. It's just life. It's just the way things go. There are very few solutions. Maybe geomaxing is a good one. Try geomaxing, especially in Southeast Asia. Depending on your race and ethnicity, you can do very well over there. Especially if you're white. You're not going to be an incel if you're over 6 feet tall and white. That's very rare. Other ethnicities and races can also do well. It just depends. Try geomaxing and get away from westernized countries. America is pretty much done. The West, as we know it, is pretty much done as far as the dating market. It's just too dim. It's too dark. There's no hope. It's too nihilistic. Previous generations used religion to cope. Now these kids aren't even going to church anymore. Gen Z is not going to church. There's no hope. Everyone is just trying to play the same game, but in any game, there are winners and losers. The sub-5s just happen to be the losers. The tribe of the winners. Women are going to sleep with the Chads because they only care about looks. That's how it is, guys. I'm going to wind this video down. If you got this far, I want to say thank you.